Hi there everybody, I'm Guardian of the Blind, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Dark Saga by Iced Earth. So, quick background about the album. It was released back in 1996, and it's a concept album about the comic book character Spawn, which is pretty interesting. The cover art for the album, which is probably on the thumbnail, it actually depicts Spawn, but it was created by the original guy who wrote the Spawn comic, but anyways. The first song off the album is Dark Saga, which, quick thing, basically every single song on the album is like 3 minutes or slightly longer, except for Final Four, which are all 4 and 7 minutes, I think. So, Dark Saga, a lot of the songs on this album, they open with this acoustics intro sort of thing, and this song does it. But then it goes into this, really decent riff, kind of reminds you of the band Gwar, which they both kind of came out around the same time, but Gwar came out a little bit before. After that, we go into the power ballad, I Died For You, which, again, the acoustic intro, which they do a lot for some reason, I don't know why. This one is definitely more of a ballad than Dark Saga, because it's, balladier. And I never really cared for power metal ballads or ballads in general. They're just not really that interesting. Then we go into Violet, which feels like they were trying to do sort of a Metallica thing, but then sort of didn't. One thing that I did like about Violet is after they say Violate, there's this really good drum part that I wish went on for a little bit longer. Because it goes for 1 second, and you're just like, what? Come on, man, I want you to do that again. After that, we go into a song that I did actually really enjoy. I won't lie about that. The Hunter. This song wasn't, I said this in my Moonglow review for half the songs, but this one wasn't good. It wasn't bad. Again, really catchy riff, solid drumming from 1996, and a really underrated band like Iced Earth. I enjoyed it. And then we go into The Last Laugh, which, honestly, I don't really remember a whole lot about this song besides the intro, because it starts off silent and then gets louder progressively. But I think this one also had an acoustic intro. But then we go into Depths of Hell, which, it was a heavier song, definitely off the album, along with The Hunter and The Last Laugh, but it just didn't really stick with me a whole lot, kind of skipped over it a little bit. After that, we go into the first 4-minute song, Vengeance Is Mine, which is really fun to say. You should try it. Anyways, this song is a bit heavier, thrashier, sort of, because this was around the time Iced Earth started going from just, heavy metal and, ripping off Iron Maiden, with their mascot, too, into, sort of having their own sound, which I feel like the Dark Saga really sort of emphasizes that. But after that, we go into Scarred, which, again, acoustic intro, not much to say about it. 6-minute song, kind of just takes space in my opinion. Gets the job done though. And then we have Slave to the Dark, which the only thing really memorable about this one is that it leads into the song A Question of Heaven, which is the longest song of the album at 7 minutes and, hold up here, 7 minutes and 48 seconds, so almost 8 minutes. This one is actually not that bad. If you I dropped my phone. If you're a fan of longer songs on albums, then you might enjoy this one, but it was alright. For the album in general, I think they did way too much of the same thing and made their songs sound really similar to each other. Because compared to the early Iced Earth and the later Iced Earth, this album has a really simplified sort of sound. It's not as complex as it would as it used to be. And didn't have really long songs, and I mean, in a lot of cases when a band does that, they simplify their sound. It's either it ends up really amazing, kind of like the Black Album by Metallica, or it just ends up failing, which I can't really think of a good example of that, but it's definitely happened when a band changes their style too much. And on their next album, which I'm going to review, Something Wicked This Way Comes, that one really brings back the classic sound that they had, which I'll probably say in the next review, but who knows. I think if I was going to rate it out of 10, it would probably be a 6.5. It was a pretty meh album compared to some of their other stuff, but I think if you're an Iced Earth fan, you'll really enjoy it. But that's basically all there is to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that's about it.